Did you know that more than 60% of people today report feeling lonely on a regular basis? That's millions of people. Maybe you're one of them. But here's the thing. Loneliness isn't just about being by yourself. It's much more complicated than that. So, if you've ever found yourself feeling isolated, even in a room full of people, that's okay. In this video, we're going to explore why you feel this way, and more importantly, what you can do to fix it. First, let's talk about what might be causing your loneliness, even if you don't realize it. The busy trap: you're too occupied to connect. Modern life has a way of filling up every second of our day. From work, personal goals, social media, and entertainment, we're constantly doing something. But here's the thing. We've mistaken being busy for being fulfilled. You might be surrounded by activity, but without moments of real connection, that busyness only amplifies feelings of loneliness. You may feel productive, but your emotional tank is running on empty. The comparison game. It's killing your joy. When you're scrolling through Instagram, watching everyone's highlight reels, it's easy to feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it together. Seeing others' curated lives can make you feel like you're not doing enough, that you don't belong, or that your relationships don't measure up. But this is where the comparison trap catches you. Other people's curated content doesn't reflect their full reality. The more you compare, the more disconnected you feel from your own life. Shallow relationships. Quantity over quality. In a world where we're expected to have 1,000 friends online, real relationships have become a rarity. The problem is that having hundreds of connections doesn't mean you have deep, meaningful relationships. In fact, spreading yourself too thin over surface-level friendships can often make you feel more isolated than ever. You have people, but are they really your people? The fear of being your true self. Sometimes, loneliness comes from a lack of authenticity in your relationships. Are you hiding parts of yourself to fit in? Are you afraid of being judged? The more you suppress who you really are, the harder it becomes to build genuine connections. It's like playing a role, but the real you is left feeling unseen and unheard, which leads to deep loneliness. Not being in touch with yourself. Sometimes the root of loneliness comes from within. If you're disconnected from yourself, your true wants, needs, and desires, it's almost impossible to truly connect with others. Self-awareness is the key to understanding what you need from your relationships and your life. Now, let's talk about how to overcome loneliness and start rebuilding meaningful connections in your life. Prioritize deep relationships. To combat loneliness, you need to prioritize the relationships that matter most to you. Make time for the people who really see and understand you. This means fewer "Hey, how are you?" texts, and more "Let's grab a coffee and talk about what's going on in our lives." Depth, not numbers, is the antidote to feeling disconnected. Show up as your authentic self. One of the most powerful ways to break through loneliness is to let go of the fear of judgment. When you show up as your real, imperfect self, something amazing happens. You attract people who appreciate you for who you are. It might feel risky at first, but vulnerability is what creates true, lasting connections. The more real you are, the more you'll find people who connect with that realness. Take breaks from social media. Let's be real, social media can be toxic for your mental health. It creates a distorted view of reality, making you feel lonelier and more disconnected. Try taking regular breaks, and instead, spend that time focusing on meaningful face-to-face interactions. Limit your exposure to platforms that make you feel inadequate, and you'll notice a shift in how you feel about yourself and your relationships. Join communities that share your values. If you've been feeling isolated, it might be because you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. Step outside your usual routine and join communities that reflect your values and interests. Whether it's volunteering, taking a class, or joining a group, finding people who care about the same things you do can be a powerful way to build new, fulfilling connections. Focus on quality alone time. Being alone doesn't always mean feeling lonely. In fact, spending quality time by yourself can help you reconnect with who you are and what you truly need. Practice mindfulness, journaling, or simply unplug from the noise around you. Once you're comfortable being alone with your thoughts, you'll realize that loneliness often comes from a disconnection from yourself, not others. Loneliness can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that it's not a life sentence. It's a signal, a reminder that you need deeper connections with yourself and others. By choosing to prioritize meaningful relationships, embracing vulnerability, and stepping away from the distractions that numb us, you'll find that you're not as alone as you think. So, the next time you feel that wave of loneliness, remember, it's not permanent. You have the power to change it, and the world is full of people who are just waiting to connect with the real you. You've got this. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing self-improvement tips. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.